Layla Leering died alone in a remote Northern Territory community.
She would have went through hell. She would have. Because she had literally no one. No one was there for her.
Layla was one of 3 girls whose suspected suicides were examined by the Northern Territory coroner. In a damning report handed down last week, Greg Cavanagh accused government agencies of being blind to the girl's obvious trauma. Now the minister in charge has responded.
We are extremely sad and sorry, and a heartfelt, sorrow goes out to the families affected.
Despite repeated warnings about sexual and physical abuse, the coroner found the girls received no real assistance. He writes, "These children lived and died in conditions of violence, sexual molestation and despair. That these conditions continue to exist in an affluent country such as Australia is a disgrace."
I'm not inhuman. Those words are extremely upsetting, and they get to the core of, just our humanity.
Kate Worden has been the Minister for Territory Families in charge of child protection since September. She says work is already underway to fix the system that failed these 3 girls.
It's absolutely unacceptable. I agree 100% with the coroner, and so we have taken those steps to ensure that we can do better.
A multi-agency task force has been established to ensure open communication between police, health, education and child protection workers. It will be enshrined in legislation next year in line with the coroner's recommendation. The department has also recruited 65 child protection workers based on the ground in remote communities.
73 remote communities out there, 380 outstations, and we're out there trying to work with and service communities.
But Ms Worden is under no illusion about what life is like in some of those communities.
The communities that I read about in those coronials are not the same ones that I saw back in the 1980s. There's alcohol and drugs, and those systemic things need to be changed.
The coroner criticised successive governments for their failure to address similar issues highlighted in previous reports spanning back more than 2 decades. They included the 2007 Little Children Are Sacred report that helped spark the Northern Territory intervention. And while the minister has vowed to do everything in her power to enact change, she says the Northern Territory alone can't fix this problem.
The whole of Australia should be taking more notice and be looking after these kids.
It's clearly upsets you what's here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Matt Cunningham, Sky News, Darwin.